Namaste all, hope you're doing well. Welcome to your Friday practice, your Friday reset, part of the Arogya Series, where we focus on the smaller moves that help to create freedom in our practice and freedom in everyday life in general. This morning's practice, like all the Friday practices, we'll be focusing on that resonance breathing, that even inhale and exhale, working towards the longer counts of 5, but no pressure or force, always only being with the count that's attainable for you with ease on the inhale and the exhale, maintaining even as best you can. I'll encourage you to lie down if that's comfortable for you. We're going to start in a more easy rested position this morning, but if you want to be in a comfortable seated position, you're also welcome to be there. So choose which is best for you. If you're lying down, adjust the body to a position where you can really feel that it's held. Make all the necessary adjustments. If you choose a seated position, really do truly lift the spine as tall as you can. Allow the head to rest easy on top of the neck on top of the shoulders. No matter where you choose to be, eyes closed and the mouth closed. As you come to your practice, you're working towards creating space. If you're tuning into this practice live or at the end of your week, we're working towards creating space from all that has occupied your mind throughout your week, whatever's been holding your attention. In an effort to really draw your awareness towards your practice, we'll take a moment to check in through the physical body. Begin at your toes. Just allow your awareness to rest at your toes, and without trying to create or change, just notice how the body feels at the toes. If there's any holding, any tension, body feels good. Continue this inquiry up through the body, ankles and calf muscles, swirling around the knees and the thighs. Allow your awareness to move throughout the entire region of the pelvis. Move up the back of the body. How does the lower back feel as you come to your practice? Middle back and the upper back, the points in between the shoulder blades. Allowing your awareness to sweep around the front of the body and to settle into your belly. If there's any holding in your belly, allow the belly to be soft, allow the belly to be easy. Notice what's the response through the ribs, the chest, moving to the shoulders and down in the direction of the fingers. Note how the arms feel. Allowing your awareness to move around the circumference of the neck and all the way up until the face, the jaw. Moving through the interior space of the mouth, the tongue, cheekbones and around the eyes. Note if there's any holding, any grip of tension or holding around the eyes. Extending this awareness to the temples and the ears and diffuse through the scalp, the crown of the head. How does the whole body feel? Moving into the head space, and what's the condition of your mind? How has your week influenced your mind? Has it been busy? Are you feeling tired as a result? Are you feeling distracted or agitated? Or are you feeling calm and centered? This attuned awareness will become conscious of the breath. Know that you're welcome to remain or return at any moment to just experiencing the breath, noticing how it flows naturally. But if all is well, mentally prepare for a few rounds of the resonance breathing. No pressure or force, only lengthening the breath to the point that it's comfortable for to maintain even inhale and exhale. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, I'll encourage you to layer that upon on top of the breath. Breathing in, 2, breathing out, 2. Breathing in, 2, breathing out, 2. Breathing 3, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out, 2, 3, breathing 4, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, breathing 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and continue. No pressure or force to achieve the longer count. If you're experiencing pressure on the chest, pressure on the eyes, or shortness of breath, this is a suggestion it's gone a little too far. Come back a count if necessary. If the throat becomes tired from applying the Ujjayi breathing, just leave it. Apply natural breath. If it feels good, you can apply it once all is settled. If the mind begins to wander, showing patience, being compassionate with yourself, each time smooth to bring it back. Return to extending your breath. Work towards the count of 5. And at the end of your next exhale, release the effort upon the breath. And just return to witnessing. Just notice the response of body, response of mind. If you've chosen to remain in a seated position, please do remain as you are. If you're in a lying down position, with care, just gently begin to stir the body, no rush in doing so. The right arm extends up overhead, left hand to the belly, folding the left knee with the right leg straight, then roll onto your right side. Once you feel steady, no trace of dizziness, push up to any seated variation, eyes closed. Namaskar Mudra, if comfortable, palms to press in front of the chest. As you take a moment, set intention or dedication for your practice. Release your hands, chin to chest, and a few gentle blinks, opening the eyes. Namaste. All is well here. You can raise your knees up, bring your heels a little closer. If necessary, sweep your legs around. But if it's accessible, heels a little closer as you tuck them under further. Then come front on the hands and the knees. So don't force, no rush. Take a moment to set up. Coming on to all fours is the intention. The alignment we're working towards is the forearms distance between the knees, and the forearms distance between the knees and the hands. And raise tall in the hands. If this particular angle is too challenging for your wrist, you can have your hands further front as you need to, or play around with making fists. Your toes are in line with the knees, fingers well spread. All is well here for a moment. We'll allow the belly to drop, we'll allow the chest to drop, and we'll allow the head to drop. And let's be here for a moment. Allow the weight to come in through the hands, allow the weight to come down through the knees and through the legs. Beginning to extend your breath, and lengthy steady breath out through the nose. Super. Now if this is good here, just softly lift your head slightly with the gaze a little front. And we'll notice that we'll allow our head to completely drop our chest and our lower back. Without disturbing the lower back much, taking us to lower ribs, slowly drawing in the ribs a little. Not too much disturbance through the lower back, we're not actively tucking through the pelvis. Think more drawing the ribs slightly back, not rounding through the upper back either. This helps to really engage and stabilize through the whole of the rib cage and helps us engage through the core muscle. This is good here. Mindfully applying. Know that you can take rest at any moment. Keep the top of the right foot grounded, but raise the right knee and raise the left hand. But keep the sternum drawn back. You'll notice if you drop the sternum, a lot of weight will come into the right shoulder. You draw the ribs slightly back, the weight becomes distributed through the body. Body becomes steady. Super. Ground the right knee and the left hand. Keep the top of the left foot grounded, raise the left knee and raise the right hand. How centered can you maintain? Are you leaning a lot to the left side? Are you leaning a lot to the right knee? Staying as centered as best you can. Beautiful. Ground the right hand and left knee. Raise the right knee and the left hand. Keep the top of the right foot grounded. How centered can you remain? Where is your chest? Where is your ribs? Ribs just drawn slightly back. Beautiful. Ground the right knee and the left hand as you raise the left knee and the right hand. Be there. Beautiful and grounded. Now you can continue with this stationary position as us raising the hand, opposite leg. But if it feels good, we'll go into a more dynamic movement of our crawling, really taking the time. If it's comfortable, keep the gaze front initially. Allow the breath to flow steady. Sternum drawing just a little back. With the gaze front, raise your right hand and the left knee, but keep the top of the left foot grounded. Then simultaneously stepping them front together. Then the left hand and the right knee. Right hand and the left knee. Left hand and the right knee. Changing directions. The right knee and the left hand step back together. The left knee and the right hand. Right knee and left hand. Left knee and right hand. Right knee and left hand. Coming front, right hand. No, my apologies. Left hand and the right knee. Right hand and the left knee. Left hand and the right knee. Right hand and the left knee. Very comfortable here now. You can turn your gaze to your right. This is challenging. Keep the gaze straight ahead. Keep the gaze to the right. As you step back, the left knee and the right hand. Right knee and the left hand. Left knee and the right hand. Right knee and the left hand. Turning your gaze to your left if comfortable. Where's the sternum? Little held back. All is well. Step the left hand and the right knee front. Right hand and the left knee. Left hand and the right knee. Right hand and the left knee. Left hand and the right knee. Super. Turning the gaze to be centered. Step back the right knee and the left hand. Left knee and the right hand. Right knee and the left hand. Now returning to center as best you can. Fingers well spread. Encouraging your knees to maintain at the distance they are apart. If you need to take rest, please do so. No force or fight. Turning the right hand out a small distance. All is well. Begin to turn the fingers out further until the eventual intention is fingers pointing back towards the knee. Tips of the fingers, base fingers, heel, palm grounded. Recognize where the right shoulder is. Can you draw it a little bit away from the ear? That's your shoulder blade drawn on your back. Imagine your shoulder blade drawn out towards your hip. Sternum still held a little back. Beautiful. Now you're welcome to work with one hand at a time so the right can come back if necessary. If comfortable, however, welcome the left, but never fighting for that. Really, really well. Both shoulder blades are drawn out the back now. Sternum is a little drawn up. Very comfortable. Begin to sway a little front and a little back, but note your body's reaction. A very soft and steady movement. You're not suddenly coming front to the point where it's very challenging to come back. Coming to rest with the movement, welcoming back the left hand and the right hand if it's still there. Bringing the knees and the feet together, Smoothly sit back, sitting tall on the knees. If this is challenging, you can sit, stand even, tall on the knees, or any seated variation. If comfortable, extend your arms front, straight out from shoulder height. Think movement from your wrist, you're trying to prevent the arms moving away from each other. As you inhale, turn the palms up. As you exhale, fingers in towards each other. Inhale, palms up without bending at the elbow. Exhale in towards each other. Inhale, hands out. Exhale in towards each other. Super. Smoothly back to center. Releasing the hands for a brief moment. Then raising tall on the knees. Take your knees to be as wide as your hips, if not a little wider. Toes in line with your knees. Bending the right elbow, bringing the right shoulder, elbow, and wrist in a straight line. And then allow the right palm to drop down, so the palm faces front. The left hand now grabs the 4 fingers of the right hand and drawing down those 4 fingers, but note the reaction. So a similar stretch to where we were a previous moment ago when we were on all fours. Just a little different when the full loading of gravity isn't applied. You're using your hand now to dictate, the left hand to dictate the stretch on the right. Beautiful. Release the 4 fingers, the palm to face in, the thumb is up. Grab the right thumb with the left hand and softly drop back towards you. Back in a little center, allow your breath to flow. And the back and a little to your right, so to the outer side of the body. Beautiful. Releasing the right thumb. Bend the left elbow now, you're taking shoulder, elbow, wrist in a straight line. Allow the palm to drop down, so the palm faces front. Then grabbing the 4 fingers of the left hand with the right. Again, dictating the depth that's comfortable for you, no pinching on the front side of the wrist. Breathe. Beautiful. Releasing the 4 fingers, the palm facing, the thumb is up. Grabbing the thumb with the right hand, recognize that you're not flexing at the wrist, there's no movement to the wrist, just a soft stretch on the inner edge of the left thumb. Beautiful. Back in a little center of the body. Back in a little outer line of the body. Back in a little left. Super. Back to center. Releasing your hands. Bringing the knees and feet back together. Then returning on the knees, sitting nice and tall, returning your bum to the heels as best you can. Spine is lifted, but you can remain on the knees or any other variation as necessary. Returning to that position where you bring the right shoulder, elbow and wrist in a straight line, 90-degree bend as best you can. Palm is up and you make a little fist. The left hand will grab the right forearm, keeping the forearm steady. Movement through the wrist, and we'll coordinate with the breath. So full circle with the inhale, full rotation with the exhale. Going for 3 rotations. If the forearm turns to any degree, make the rotation smaller. Really tuning in and looking at your practice. And changing direction. Beautiful. Releasing the right. Left elbow close to the body, shoulder, elbow, wrist in a line. Palm is up and you make a fist. The right hand will grab the left forearm to keep it nice and steady. And each side can be different. Once you're ready, begin. We're moving for a full rotation with the inhale. Slower than you think. With the exhale. Or with the inhale. Once you've completed 3 rotations, changing direction. Mindful of any pinching or discomfort, mindful you're not moving into pain. Beautiful. Back to center. Once you've completed, release the left hand. Hands to the thighs, then stretching front. Feels good, raise on your knees. And you're thinking a tiger breathing setup, where there's a forearm distance between the knees, forearm distance between the knees and the hands, and then raising up, but don't fight for this alignment. Hands further front if you need to. Toes in line to knees, tops of the feet grounded. Fingers well spread. All is well here, gaze slightly front, keeping the hips nice and steady. As you exhale, begin to turn your gaze to your right. You fold a little from the right waist as you look for the right foot, but don't fight for the gaze. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your left, looking for the left foot. Inhale, center. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Tucking the toes if comfortable. Keep the hands where they are if that's achievable for you. Then sitting back. The eventual intention is sitting on the heel, but don't fight for depth. If this is particularly challenging with the toes, please untuck the toes. Feels very comfortable, however, you can begin to sway side to side. Beautiful. Come to rest with your sway. We'll return on the hands and the knees, and on top the toes, you're thinking your wrists, your knees and your toes in a straight line. The intention is here to move out of the shoulder joint with internal and externally rotating through the shoulders. Now I know many of you are aware of this movement, but in this particular instance we're going to keep the palm grounded. So no movement through the palm. Think movement from the bicep as you externally rotate. You're trying to turn the bicep out. As a result, the elbow will point back. As you internally rotate, your elbow will begin to point out or even a little front. If it's very comfortable to coordinate, I'll encourage you to go with both arms. Allow the breath to flow as necessary and try to keep the arms a little straighter with the shoulders drawn down the back. If you do find it too challenging in the initial stage to coordinate with both arms, working with one, no fight. Beautiful. Come to rest with the movement. As best you can, rest in the position of the full external rotation where the elbows are pointing back towards your knees and the elbow pits are pointing front. And we'll endeavour to maintain this as we go through a few gentle rounds of our tiger breathing. Moving with the breath. As you inhale, arch through the lower, the middle and the upper back, slightly lift the head. As you exhale, head is the last thing to release around the lower, the middle, the upper, release the head, slightly push away the mat, drawing in the belly. Inhale, head is the last thing to raise, arch to the lower, middle, upper, slightly lifting the head. Head is the first thing to release. As you exhale, release the head. Around the upper, the middle, the lower. Head is the first thing to raise. As you inhale, lift the head. Smoothly as best you can, begin to lift the chest through. Then into middle, then into lower. As you exhale, lead the head round and release the head. Upper, middle, lower. Round the spine, be there for a moment. Are your arms still externally rotated? Are your elbows still pointing back towards your knees? Beautiful. Inhale back to an easy spine. Keep the hands where they are. We'll keep the toes untucked and we'll sit back if that's comfortable for you. Sit back on the heel, working towards it. What's the reaction through the shoulders? What's the reaction through the beautiful movement through the spine? Super. Next inhale, re-raising back up, hands and the knees. Bringing the knees and the feet together, and if it's comfortable for you now, take your hands to be wider than your shoulder. Any challenge in the knees or the lower back, please mindfully apply. Recognize where your sternum is. Are you allowing your chest to drop to the ground? Keep the sternum a little drawn back, but there's no disturbance to the lower back. Mild arch maintained. Your next exhale, drop your hips to your right. Arms maintained straight. Inhale back to center. Exhale to your left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale smoothly back to center. Keep the hands where they are. If it's comfortable, sit back in the heels. Breathe really well. Release the head for a brief moment perhaps. Beautiful. Re-raising of the head if you've chosen to release, gazes front. We'll raise back in the hands and the knees. Keeping the knees where they are, but bringing the hands back into that original position of shoulders over the wrist, fingers well spread. Sternum is a little held back, a little drawn up. The intention here is to move from the hip. As you bring one leg out to the side at a time, as you work from the hip, try not to disturb the lower back, try to keep the hips level. As you inhale, take the right leg out to the side. As you raise, you note that the right hip remains level with the left. You're not hiking it up over one hip's higher than the other. And maybe just a small distance. Sternum is held back. As you exhale, release. We'll alternate sides. Inhale the left, smoothly taking it out, where the hips are level. Sternum is back. Exhale, release. Inhale the right. Exhale, release. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, don't fight, just feel. Exhale. Inhale. And be there for a brief moment. Chin is in a mild double chin. Where is your chest? So you're dropping down to your chest, putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders and your arms. Keep the sternum, keep the ribs slightly drawn up. Exhale. Inhale the left. If this becomes too demanding anymore, please come back a step. Don't fight for your practice. Beautiful. Exhale, bring it back. Knees wider now. Big toes together, sitting back in the heels, invention tension. First variation and option is to extend the arms fully front and forehead to the ground. If you're here, you're pushing away the mat lightly. If necessary, stack the palms or stack the fists, and the forehead can be resting here. A few steady breaths. Long and lengthy breath. If you're very comfortable, apply the Ujjayi breathing throughout your entire practice. Super. Lifting the head slightly. If you've stacked fists or palms, extend your arms as far as you can out without elevating your hips up from the level that they're at now. Being as you are, but fall as well. Adho Mukha Svanasana, a downward dog, a mild variation, taking care. Keep the distance between the hands and the feet, raise the hips. Take the feet to be shoulder distance and take the toes under, then raise the knee. Keep a bend in the knee, push the hip up and back. The whole of the torso works back towards the thighs, gaze straight down. Really spread the fingers, bend the knees as much as necessary. If it becomes too demanding at any moment, please round the knees, breathe, feel. Very comfortable if you're up in the downward facing dog. Keep the toes where they are. Begin to bend one knee and stretch the opposite heel to the mat. But recognize that you're not leaving your shoulders come front over your wrist to achieve this. Keep that beautiful length in the spine. Super. Come to rest and walking with the dog. The intention is an effortless forward fold. If you find it challenging or uncomfortable from a downward facing dog, please ground your knees, come to standing whichever way is necessary. Approach it from top down. All is well, however, bend your knees even further as you inhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Have a good bend in the knees, take all of the weight into your feet. Thinking your knees are over your ankles, so you're leaning back to the point where you can achieve that or working towards that level. Releasing the arms, hands can be heavy. Touching the mat, if you're up off the mat, that's beautiful work too. Don't fight for that. Breathe and feel. Beautiful. In your next inhale, the intention is rolling up through the lower back, but note that you still have a bend in the knee, and the knee is over the ankle. Continue to inhale as you feel and experience your middle back. Arms and head are still heavy. There's a bend in the knees, you come to the upper back. There's no rush, you come all the way up. You're thinking your head is the very last thing to lift. Beautiful. Once you're up, dizziness subsided, be very mindful, taking care. We'll come and we'll face the long edge of the mat and come to Tadasana. So your mountain pose, feet together, toes and heels to touch, hands to the side of the body, share that even weight. Chin is set back in a mild double chin. So ground yourself for a moment in Tadasana. Really lengthening your breath. Thinking base of the pelvic slightly drawn up as a result below the navel is engaged. Your whole of the body is becoming active together. All is well here. Bring the right elbow close to the body. Create that 90-degree bend. Place the left palm on the crease line of the right elbow. Then bend the right elbow as much as you can. Sandwiching the left hand between forearm and bicep on the right side. The palm faces you initially. Then as you inhale, keep this squeeze between the forearm and the bicep, but turn the palm to face front. As you exhale, palm to face you. Inhale, palm to face front. Exhale to face you. Inhale, palm to face front. And extending the right arm straight as you exhale. Bending the left elbow, shoulder, elbow, wrist in a line. The right arm, the hand even rests between the crease line. of the left elbow, then you bend as much as you can and maintain that good bend. Palm to face you initially as you inhale, palm face out. Exhale in, inhale out, exhale in, inhale smoothly out, exhale, release the left. Feet wider now. Shoulder distance if comfortable, if not a little wider, toes pointing straight ahead. Hands by the sides of the body if there's any challenge in the shoulder and neck, or if there's any fatigue. If it feels steady, however, you can play around with shoulder height. Chin is in a mild double chin. As you work, you're trying to prevent the hands coming further apart or bending at the elbow through movement through the shoulder blade. Spine lifted, sternum a little back, chin a little back. As you inhale, reach front out of the shoulder, then up. As you exhale, retract back and down. Inhale front and up. Exhale back and down. Inhale front and up. Exhale back and down. Pause there for a moment. Inhale, elevate up from that point. Exhale front and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale front and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale front and down. Superb. Shoulders free. Shoulders resetting a little back. Chin in a mild double chin. All is well here. Flip the palms to face up rather. Bend at the elbow. Super. If this becomes fatiguing, take a rest at any moment. I know this can be a challenge to maintain. As you inhale, open up the arms side to side. Flip the palms to face front. Mindful you're not lifting your ribs to achieve depth. Keep the sternum back. Through movement from the shoulder. Exhale, center, flip the palm to face you. Extra challenge, bring the forearm together. Inhale, smoothly open, flip the palm to face front. Exhale, back together, maintaining mild double chin. Inhale, smoothly open. Exhale, center. Inhale, open. As you exhale, extend the arms, flip the palms to face down. Hands to the hips. If comfortable, however, opposite wrist, forearm or elbow. Drop the chin towards the chest. The intention is a full rotation through the neck. If you have any challenge in the neck, please take care. Think small rotation and keep the eyes open, particularly if you experience dizziness. With your chin down, allow the breath to flow. Allow your chin to glide across the right collarbone as you turn to your right. Look for the shoulder. Lift the chin. Once elevated, begin to make a slow and controlled rotation and circle on the ceiling to your left. Drop the chin down past the collarbone, base of throat. Continue to your right. Lift the chin. Circle through to your left, allow breath to flow. Past the collarbone, base of throat. Reversing directions, please mindfully apply. Past the collarbone. Look for the shoulder. Lift the chin, never moving into pinching or pain. To your right, past the collarbone, base of throat, continue to your left. We'll keep breathing. What's responding? Beautiful. Back to center. Lift the head so it's straight ahead. Exaggerate a double chin. And glide your face front into your tablet or your screen. Double chin. Glide your face front into your phone. And then a mild double chin. Releasing the hands, shoulders free. Feet wider now. So the Utthita Hasta stance, which is almost 3.5 to 4 foot, which is a generous distance. Shorter if necessary, heels in length, feet parallel. When you feel like your shoulders fatigued, hands in the hips. You're mindfully applying in your practice this morning. Shoulder height. Sternum back. Chin a little back. Feel and breathe. That even weight, left and right side of the body. Feels good. Extending the arms. Arms extended up, shoulders on the back. Sternum back. This is good here. Next exhale, fold to your right. Inhale smoothly back. Exhale to your left, both going forwards. Inhale back. Exhale to your right. Then be there for a moment as best you can. If this is a lot of pressure for your shoulders and your neck, please don't force to be here. Hands on the sides of the body. Focus more on keeping the sternum back. Really, really well. Inhale smoothly back, shoulder blade down the back, exhale to your left. Feel and breathe. Beautiful, inhale smoothly back, extend it really well. Next exhale, a little bend in the elbows, then release the hands, if your arms are still elevated. Releasing your hands to your thighs, and smoothly bring your hands to your hips. Heels in line, feet parallel. Turn the left toes in a little, then pivot on the right heel. And turn the right toes out. Right toes to point towards the front of your mat. Drawing the left hip around as best you can. We'll take a wider base, so heel toe your right foot closer towards the right edging of the mat. Keeping a wider stance as best you can. All is well here, you can maintain in this position. This is tremendous work. The right leg works a little straighter as best you can. As you exhale, begin to fold in the direction of the right leg. Often when we fold, our left hip will begin to open up, but as best you can maintain or work towards the hip wrapping around. Not necessary to fight for that. Squaring of the hip and sharing even weight as best you can. Beautiful, inhale smoothly back. Coming through the center. Turning the feet back to parallel, and then bring your right foot so it's back in line with the left, heels in line. Your right toes in now, pivot on your left heel, left toes out, draw the right hip around, square the hip, and heel toe the left foot forward towards the left side of the mat, wider base. Perhaps you can draw the right hip around a little further. Be here, this is beautiful work. However, if it feels good, take an inhale. As you exhale, you're folding from that hip line. Sternum is a little back, chin in a mild double chin. Hip squaring as best you can. No fight for that. Just experience. Reaction in the back of the left leg now. Reaction through the hip. Inhale smoothly back. Feet back to parallel. And then you can heel toe your feet or step your feet back together. Turning towards the front of your mat. Coming a foot's distance from the front of the mat, feet shoulder distance apart or this or so, maybe even a little wider. The intention is a straight legged forward fold as best you can. If you have any challenge in the back of the body, please mindfully apply the depth you come into. And if it's acute pain, keep it bending the knees and only very subtle folding front. No fight in your practice. Hands will be on the thighs the entire time. Push the bum a little back so you'll notice that your hip is now behind your heel. And you'll automatically even hinge front from the hip line. The sternum is a little back. As you exhale, you fold. You work from the hip. Feeling working from the hip, legs straight to your first intention. Second intention is lengthening lumbar spine. Chin in a mild double chin. Feel the reaction to the back of the body. No fight for that. Sternum, ribs, drawing a little back so you have that beautiful length in the back of the body. Very comfortable now, push your hips a little to your right. And recognize your action in the outer hip. If your legs are working straight, can you keep both legs straight? If you had a bend in the knees, maintain an equal bend in the knees. To your left, smoothly to your left. Beautiful, back to center. If you haven't already done so, bend in your knees. But as you bend your knees, can you have your knees going in the direction of your toes, or do they lean either, towards the toes as best you can? Then bending them further, get your fingertips in front of your feet if that's accessible, or maybe even the palms. Keep your feet at this lining, and the intention is a downward facing dog, so good distance between the hands and the feet. If necessary, you can ground your knees so it feels good, you're mindfully applying it up. Spreading your fingers, torso back towards your thighs, chin, mild double chin. Feel and breathe. Very comfortable now. Keep the toes where they are. Put a mild bend in the right knee and stretch your left heel to the mat. And the ball of the left foot is dragging your mat backward. Note that you're trying to avoid bringing the shoulders front. Keep sharing the weight with the legs. Then bend the left knee lightly and the right heel stretches towards the mat now and the ball of the right foot is dragging mat backward. Beautiful. And then bend in both knees. Gaze is front. You can come front in whichever way is necessary for you. Little practice, however. Right knee, right wrist, shin diagonal. Left shin stacks on top of the ankle. Then sitting back. But don't force. Coming back into a seated position or arriving in a seated position, whichever way is necessary, and adopting a position that's comfortable for you. Lifting your spine. Your right hand to your right side and behind, the left hand over the thigh. As you inhale, sit tall, sternum back, chin a little back. As you exhale, twist to your right. Any challenge in the neck, please bring the gaze back as much as you need to. Beautiful. Inhale smoothly back to center. Left hand, left side and behind. The right hand hooks over. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Smoothly back. Allow your front leg to just edge a little bit further away from the body. The knees go wider, then bring the soles of the feet together. We'll take the hands behind us and we'll walk them a good distance behind. Fingers can point away. Recognize they're not collapsing through the chest here. Spine is lifted. Now being here is beautiful work in itself. A little practice, however, if it's comfortable. A few rounds of the butterfly movement with the torso leaning away from the hip. Breath flows, shoulders open, beautiful expansion through the chest. Super. Pausing the movement for a moment. Feels good, walk your hands closer. Now, any degree is welcome. The eventual intention is you're coming to such a point where the shoulders will be over the hip, spine is lifted, and then same movement. But you know it as you bring the torso closer, there's much more of a demand that's required to the movement. But just feel. Beautiful. Come to rest at the movement. Hand support. If accessible, raise the knees up, extend the legs straight, and take the feet to be wider. Now, if you have any challenge in the back of your body, current or previous, perhaps you're only taking your feet as wide as your mat, and you can have the option of having the knees bent as you need to. Hands can be behind and you can be leaning away from the hips. Just coming to this variation, this position is tremendous work. A little practice, however, legs straighter, legs a little wider. Towards your comfortable point. To the point you can keep the legs engaged. So your heels are pushing away, and the toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Spine is lifted. If it feels good, being centered is tremendous work. If it feels good, we'll go for a little flow side to side. Right hand outside of the right thigh, so this helps you to push you back to the center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, reach with the left hand towards the right thigh, the shin, the ankle or the foot. Focus on the right big toe. As you inhale back to center, as you exhale, left hand outside of the left leg, fold to your left. Reaching for the left foot, shin or thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale to your right. And be there for a moment if you can. But don't force, you can come back up as much as you need to. You can bend the knees as required. Feels good, you're here. Excuse me. Inhale back. Exhale to your left. Not fighting for depth. Your complete focus is on your left big toe. Each inhale there's length. Each exhale there's depth. Keeping the right buttock muscle, right side of the bum is grounded. Recognize if you're rolling up into it. Keep the pelvis level. Beautiful. Inhale smoothly back. Taking the hands underneath the knees to help with a bend in the knees and bring the feet together. Spine is lifted. If you're anywhere in the middle or the back of your mat or anything solid, I'll encourage you to scooch towards the front of your mat and come towards face the short edge as best you can. Grabbing the middle finger next to the thumb, we grab the big toes. If that's a challenge, maybe it's the ankles. Lift the spine, be as you are. You can jump straight into any variation, but if necessary, you can play around on one foot at a time. To such a moment that you're comfortable to lift both feet 0.5 millimeter up off the mat. And a little further practice, a little higher. And you can work with the bend in the knees, focusing the point a little upward. Feels good one leg, feels good other leg, little. But no fight. Anywhere in between, you're just playing with your practice. Spine is lifted, base of pelvic, lower the navel is engaged, shoulders are relaxed. Chin, mild double chin. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Now if you have any challenge in the back of the body, please come back with care. If all is well, you're just playing around, you can bring the feet a little closer. Chin towards the chest, release the big toes as you inhale. Just one rock back. Once you're on your back, a little rolling side to side. Beautiful. Come to rest with the rolling. Keep the bend in the knees, so welcome the soles of the feet to the mat. Hands on the sides of the body. Heel to fingertips and the feet are as wide as your shoulders. Your knees are going in the direction of your toes. Chin is in a mild double chin. And recognize that the back of the ribs are connecting with the ground as best you can. Push the feet into the mat as you inhale. Push the hips up. Recognize that it's your lower back that lifts first. Then your middle back, your upper back. No pressure on the neck. As you exhale, roll down. Upper, middle, and lower. Inhale, pressurize the feet, smoothly push the hip. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, smoothly push the hip. And very comfortably there for a moment. But if you're maintaining, keep the neck nice and steady. No strain on the neck, the lower back or the knee. Rest at any moment. Breathe. Exhale, release, upper, middle, lower back. Beautiful. Once you're fully grounded, no rush to arrive there. Bring the feet together, extend both legs straight. Hands on the sides of the body. Back of the ribs to connect. Chin, mild double chin. As you exhale, bend the right knee. Grab the leg, feels good for your neck, nose to your knee. Inhale, ground the head, ground the shoulders. Round the leg, exhale the left, inhale release, exhale the right, inhale release, exhale left, inhale release, exhale the right. Now the inhale, keep the thigh closed, but it's grounding the head and the shoulders. Now you can work from the position you're in here, but if comfortable, just straighten the right leg just a little. So you create space between the calf muscle and the thigh, so you can wrap your right arm around. Then reclosing the leg. So you're sandwiching your right arm in between the calf muscle and the thigh. Left hand can rest in the front of the right shin. I know this can be a little challenging, but don't force. You can be at a variation we were as previously. If it feels good without extending the leg straight. 2 rotations through the ankle. Move with your breath. Inhale for full rotation. Exhale for full rotation, then change directions, moving with the breath. Once you completed 2, draw your toes back towards you, push your heel away. You want to move from the knee by turning the shin out and in as best you can. The foot will turn out. As you inhale, turn the foot out while pushing the heel away. Exhale, turn the foot in. Inhale, foot out. Exhale, foot in. Beautiful. All is well here. Release the right arm from underneath. Take the right arm out to the side, shoulder high, cactus arm or straight arm. The left hand is now resting on the outside of the right thigh if comfortable. As you exhale, draw the right leg over towards the left side of the body. Very comfortable gaze to your right. Back of right shoulder firmly grounded. Inhale smoothly back. Extending the right leg straight. As you exhale, bend the left knee towards the chest. Grab the leg. Nose towards the knee. As you inhale, keep the thigh close but ground the head and the shoulders. If it's successful now, sweep your left arm underneath the right, the left thigh even, and reclosing the leg. The right hand can rest in front of the shin or the knee. Once you're ready, begin with 2 rotations with your breath in one direction through the ankle. Move with the breath, slower and more controlled. Then changing direction. Notice that your hip isn't swinging out or in. You're not straightening the lower leg. Once you've completed, toes draw back towards you, the heel pushes away. As you inhale, turn the foot out, keep the heel pushing. Exhale, turning it in. Inhale, foot out. Exhale, foot in. Beautiful. Release the left arm from underneath, the straight arm out to the side. The right hand is grabbing outside edge of the left thigh as you exhale. And nice and twisted. Draw the left leg up towards the right side of the body. Cactus arm if you're lacking the space. Feels good. Full extended arm, palm is down. Back left shoulder remains grounded. Beautiful. Inhale smoothly back to center. As you exhale, draw the right knee in to meet the left. Grab the legs. Head towards the knees and little rounding of the spine. As you inhale, ground the head and the shoulders. Ground the feet. Keep the bend in the knees, but allow the knees to drop out to either side. And allow the hands to rest on the belly. If this becomes uncomfortable to maintain the feet together, knees dropping out, you can ground the soles of the feet at any moment. Readjusting the body to where it's comfortable. Hands rest on the body if that feels good. All is well. We'll begin to softly extend the breath into the resonance breathing, just like the start of the practice. But don't fight, be at the count that's necessary for you. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And continue. No fight upon the breath. Softly extend it towards the longer count. Not struggling to fill up the lungs to the entire capacity. Think breathing is a softer, smoother breath to the count of 5. Work towards. At the end of your next exhale, release the effort upon the breath. You can maintain your legs as they are, if that is comfortable for you. But if necessary, little hand support, help the knees to raise up, and I extend the legs straight. And feel the resonance breathing move through the body as you come to the end of your practice. Being completely effortless, you allow your weight to release entirely into the earth, allowing any worry of the mind to be released. And coming to the end of your practice, as you endeavour to sink completely into effortlessness, allow your awareness to come to your toes and note how the body feels at the toes, the response to your practice. Ankles, calf muscles, knees, thighs, whole of the pelvic region. Spine, belly, chest, through the ribs, fingers and wrists, elbows, shoulders. The response of the neck to your practice. Through the face, jaw, tongue, nose, eyes, forehead, whole of the scalp, whole body. Whole body. And from this whole body awareness, allow your awareness to take up temporary residence for a moment in the space of the heart, resting in the space of the heart. And from the space of the heart, you allow the body to remain within this position of deep rest. But softly extend your awareness throughout the body, moving beyond the body, diffusing into the room around you. As you begin to deepen your breath, make your breath a little fuller and a little more conscious. The breath softly begins to stir the body at toes and fingers and the neck. The feet come back together. Extending the right arm up and over, left hand to the belly. Folding the left knee and gently roll to your right. Once you feel steady, gently push up to any seated variation. Coming to the end of your practice, allow yourself a moment longer to note any difference at the start of your practice. Bring your palms together, rubbing the palms. Create a little heat. Placing the hands softly over the eyes, gently cup. Mix them a massage with the eyes, the nose, the cheekbone, and the temple. Taking the hands a small distance away from the eyes. And gently blink the eyes open, gaze into the palms. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Apologies for the interruption halfway through the class. If you're with me live, the Facebook app decided to close on us. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. I look forward to seeing you with your next practice. Thank you so much.